Houston, we've got a big problem. So we've just set off from northwest Spain to come to Portugal on our way to a place called Braga. Alicia had found an amazing stay for us. It's a park up, it's got free electric, and everything's gone perfect. I was getting a bit naive on the way really, because I thought to myself, everything's going to plan, the van's doing amazingly, but then I was getting the electric cable out and I've just discovered this. The back glass panel on the van has smashed. I don't know how it's done it, I don't know when it's done it, but it's absolutely knackered. I honestly don't know what we're going to do. We're in the middle of Braga. It's going to get to 0 degrees. I've got a 5-month-old baby. A bit emotional here. I just don't know what on earth we're going to try and do to fix it. I can literally see the steam coming out of my breath already. I'm going to have to get I don't know whether I call the insurance. I don't know whether I'm covered for that. I just don't know what to do. We're literally in the middle of Portugal. I'm going to have to put Gorilla Tape over it with a black bag and just hope that holds the chill out enough. I'll have to put the heater on full whack. I don't know what we're going to do. I suppose the worst thing is that I, unfortunately, am the most untechnical, unmechanical person in the whole wide world. So with something like this, I don't know. Normally I'd ring my dad, or I'd ring my mum, or I'd ring my brother-in-law and say, like, you know, how on earth am I going to sort this out? But you know, when you're 1,500 miles away, you know, we haven't seen an English person out here since we started, really. So I don't even know if we're going to find a garage that can speak English if we try and sort it out through a garage. I don't, normally with problems I'm pretty good at fixing them, but with this one, I just don't know how. I don't know how to fix it. I don't know how I'm going to fix it. I just don't know what to do. Only thing that I can think of is that we've perhaps put too much stuff behind the fold out around the rock and roll bed. For example, if you can see the dry robes that we've got that are sticking out. The only thing that I can think of is that when we've put the bed back, it's just put pressure on the middle point of the window. I'm speechless. What was even worse than that is I was getting stressed out about this on the way here. Got this chip on the windscreen. In hindsight, I should have been getting worried about a chip in the windscreen when the whole back panel's missing out the camper. I just don't know what we're going to do. So I suppose the options is try and rough it out overnight in the camper, put a black bag over it, some Gorilla Tape, try and rough it out overnight, put the heater on full whack, ring some garages tomorrow to see if anyone's got a panel that'll fit on the back. Option 2 is we just book into a hotel, tape it up, book into a hotel or something like that for a few nights till we can get it sorted. Option 3 is we just just tape it up and come home and get it fixed at home and then drive back down again. But like I say, we're bang in the middle of Portugal. I can't really just, by the time I've driven what would be 1,500 miles home at that point, there's just not much point in driving back, and I'm just not quite prepared yet to just throw in the towel, really. I just not quite sure what to do, really. It's just one of those things that you can't plan for. You know, of all the things that we've done, I'm saying we have planned for, about making sure we've always got milk for him. At no point when you're planning things that could go wrong is your back window smashing. The worst thing was we didn't even hear it. We just heard a funny noise. Just as we left the campsite in Wales, in Spain, we heard a funny noise, and we bought a little statue from the top of Mount Traeger, and we thought it was something that had just fallen on the floor, because obviously you can't see the back window. In terms of things that could go wrong, it is quite high up. Obviously it's not something mechanical that could potentially end the trip full stop, like engine exploding, gearbox going. You know, we've got a Ford Transit Custom 2017. I'm just hoping and praying that there is going to be somewhere relatively nearby that will be able to help and will be able to get us something fitted, but I don't know how long it's going to take. They could have them in stock. Could take a week. It could take 2 weeks. But what do we do when it's 0 degrees every night? You know, we've got weather warnings in Portugal for cold snaps at night. So if it keeps getting to 0 every night, you know, how long can we stay on this free air for before they start moaning at us? Keep having heating on full whack all day, every day. In terms of things that could go wrong, this is pretty high up the list, really. You know, fortunate that Rory's none the wiser. Lisa's the eternal optimist. He said, well, we'll just sort it. You know, just feel, obviously me driving, I feel like it's my fault. I feel it's, you know, it's me that's let people down, let them down, and you know, and that hurts. It hurts a lot, that.
Guys, I know Rich was saying there he thinks it's his fault. Like, I don't think it's anyone's fault, but I do feel a bit guilty because I packed the dry robes into the back of the van, and we're kind of keeping them in these kind of bungee cords, and it's got a really thick black plastic kind of casing on the ends. So I've packed the van before the bed's been put away, thinking, oh, I've got loads of space back here, I'll put this here, and then I think as Rich has put the bed away, that's potentially created that pressure point on the back of the window. So I'm kind of kicking myself a bit for not being a bit more thoughtful and mindful of the fact that the bed still had to go back. So just a bit gutted, really.
So I suppose first plan is nothing that we can do at 7 o'clock tonight. I suppose the first thing is try and get it taped up as best as we can. We'll have to just reevaluate tomorrow morning and just see what we're going to do. I mean, I'm not even told my mum yet. My mum will be having a full. My mum will be summoning me home. She won't want me out with no back window or any of us. I just hope we get it sorted, really, because we just hope we get it sorted.